students, and welcome back to new video. And from this video we will be starting with the exercises of the chapters, that is electricity and magnetic effects. Try to solve the questions by yourself as well. I will try to cover most of the questions, and if you are having any doubt in any of the questions you can ask me, but step by step I will be starting with all the questions so that you can understand properly. Okay, so the first question states that a piece of wire of resistance R is cut into 5 equal pieces and connected in parallel. So there is a wire which is having resistance R and it is connected in 5 equal pieces. The next statement states that then it is connected in parallel. So all those 5 pieces are now connected in parallel combination. If the equivalent resistance is R dash, so for the parallel combination, whatever the answer they are getting, that is given as R dash. So find the ratio of R by R dash. So you need to find the ratio of R by R dash. So the first things first, we know that whenever we are dividing or cutting a wire in 5 equal pieces, it is going to be R by 5 because all those 5 different pieces are getting cut into equal parts. So first part is demonstrated by R by 5. Now they are connected in parallel. Okay. So what is the formula for parallel? 1 upon R. So to find the total resistance of a conductor, we are going to write the formula parallel resistance, that is 1 upon R dash, because it is given that the equivalent resistance is R dash. Obviously we are going to take the reciprocal of that. But in order to find the parallel combination, we need to apply the formula as reciprocal of the total resistance. And 1 by R dash is equal to, what is the individual resistance? R by 5. Because those are cut into 5 equal parts. I hope it is clear. So 1 upon R by 5. Similarly, all those 5 are connected in parallel. So 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. As you can see, the denominator is same, so you don't need to take LCM or anything, you simply need to add the numerator. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, it will become 5 upon R by 5. This is 1 upon R dash. As you can see that this 5 is in the denominator of the whole denominator. So this will be the reciprocal and it will go upside in the numerator, and the next step becomes 1 upon R dash is equal to 5 into 5 by R. This will give you 25 by R. So the final step that we are getting is 1 upon R dash is equal to 25 by R. Quite simple. Now the question is, we have to find the ratio of R by R dash. So simple cross multiplication of this, and the final step that you get will be R by R dash is equal to 25. And you can check that multiple choice questions, and wherever the answer 25 is, that is your correct answer. I hope it is clear. I think it's the option D. But we are more interested in finding the solution. The reason behind that MCQs are not the only thing that are asked in the examinations. Such questions are asked for 2 marks or 1.5 marks, or sometimes even for 3 marks, because you will require your logical thinking for it. So it's better you understand the process instead of just writing the correct answer or finding the solution. Okay. So choosing the correct option is not the only thing, you have to understand the whole process. Moving forward, the next question we have, which of the following does not represent electrical power? So which of the following does not represent electrical power? So we have been given 4 options. So the first things first, we have to find the formula for power, but we have to know the formula of power, that is P is equal to VI. So third option is the formula for power that we already know. Now we have to think about first, second and fourth, because the actual formula for electrical power is P is equal to VI, that we have done the whole derivation when we studied electricity chapter. In this, if you take Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, and substitute this value of Ohm's law of V, that is voltage over here, potential difference, we get P is equal to IR into I. We are substituting V is equal to IR in this equation. So what you get, IR and this I as it is. Now they all are in multiplication. So simple I into I becomes I square R. So P is equal to I square. That means the first option is also the formula for electrical power. Similarly, if I use this Ohm's law once again over here, V is equal to IR, and find the value of current, that is R comes to cross multiplication over here, so it becomes V by R is equal to I. If I multiply R with this 1 from potential difference, it will become V by R is equal to I. And substitute this value of I in this equation, so what I get is V is equal to VI, that we already know, V as it is, and the current is V by R. Current is V by R. Simple multiplication, V into V is V square by R, and this is P. So the fourth option, that is V square by R, is also the correct formula. So we have 1, 3 and 4. So the only formula that you don't have is IR square. Hence you have to choose this one. This is your correct answer, because the question states that which of the following does not represent electrical power. So this formula IR square does not represent electrical power. First, third and fourth are the formula or does represent electrical power. So the second option is the correct option, because it is not the formula or it does not represent electrical power. I hope it is clear to you, students. Okay, so here we have another question from the exercise. It states that a bulb is rated 220 volts and 100 watt. Now from this thing you will get two things, that is volt, that means potential difference V is 220 volts, and watt, that is the unit of power. So you have power is equal to 100 watts. The question is, when it is operated at 110 volts, that is half the potential difference, then the power consumed will be. So basically you need to find the power when it runs at instead of 220 volts, it runs as at 110 volts. So you need to find the power when the bulb is operated for 110 volts instead of 220 volts. So finding the power, you need to apply the formula P is equal to VI, the most basic formula for power. One thing that you see over here is we have not been given the current. The value of current has not been given. So what you do? You find resistance. So the other formula for power is substituting the value of I that we just talked about in the previous question. The formula of P becomes V square by R. Okay? That is substituting the value of I, that from Ohm's law, that V is equal to IR, I get I is equal to V by R. We just talked about this in the previous question. Okay? So formula for power is P is equal to V square by R. Okay? We need to find the resistance. So taking resistance, multiplying with P, and P comes down in denominator. So the next thing that you get is R is equal to V square by P. Changing the values of R and P, that is simple cross multiplication. What is the value of potential difference? 220 volts. So we are finding the resistance, because the resistance remains constant if you remember. If you find the resistance, then we can find the current as well, but we don't need to go there, you will just see in a minute. V square by P. So finding the, substituting the value of potential difference, you get 220 into 220 by power, that is 100 watt. Okay? Zeros cutting like this. So what you get? Resistance R is equal to 22 into 22 ohms. Now remember one thing, you can multiply them and solve it, but this is a multiple choice question. In order to solve the question quickly, you don't need to find the resistance. Okay, you can keep it as it is. Now we move forward. Once again you will see why I am not multiplying this, because it will make our life much more simple. Moving forward, now we need to find the power. We need to find the power when the potential difference is 110. So power P is equal to V square by R, correct? And power P that we need to find, potential difference is 110 square. So I am multiplying 110 two times. Okay? And over here I have 22 into 22. We know the table of 11. 11 tens are 110. Same thing over here. 11 twos are 22. 11 twos are 22. 2 fives 10. 2 fives are 10. So P is equal to 5 fives are 25. So volts. That is the option B. And as you can see, if I would have multiplied this 22 into 22, you will get the answer 484 ohms. However, it will take your time, which is not advisable for the exam point of view. So you can keep them as it is, V square by R. However, if you are not comfortable, please go through this process. This is just to make your life simple. But if you are not comfortable with this, please do multiply and then you can proceed further. I am fine by it. Okay, it is up to you. But this is another way of showing you how your life can be much more simple. Because the next step is P is equal to V square by R. Okay, so it is also going to get mathematical calculations and it is going to cut and simplify down. So why multiply this and then simplify it again? That is the thing. If you are going to multiply it, then you will have to simplify it once again rather than keep it in factors, so you can proceed further and then cut them according to your understanding. Okay? So what we did, first we found out that we don't have been given the value of current, so we convert the formula in the forms of resistance. Then, because the resistance remains constant, but when the potential difference changes from 220 to 110, the current also changes. So finding the value of current is pointless. If you find the value of current, it is pointless, it is no use. So what we do? We find the value of resistance. So resistance R and power, we change their positions by the simple cross multiplication. So what you get, R is equal to V square by P. Okay. Substituting the values of potential difference, that is 220 volts, you get 22 into 22 over here because zeros are getting cancelled. And the final thing that you get is 484 or 22 multiplied by 22 ohms. Obviously, because it is resistance, and power P is equal to V square by R. But now we have to find the power for 110 volts, and as the resistance remains constant, we can put the value of resistance over here. So potential difference is 110 into 110, you get 22 into 22, getting cancelled, and finally you get the answer as 25 watts. So what you get over here is 25 watts. I hope it is clear to you, students. We'll talk more about the exercise in the next video. Have a nice day.